Hello and welcome to the Last Place Fantasy Football Podcast. My name is Ryan. I am here with my co-hosts Josh and Ethan, and this is our Week 11 injury news and injuries. There's not a
Halfway.
whole lot of news this week, but a lot of injuries.
But
So
the one news piece is quite
yeah,
interesting.
yes. And why don't you take that away? Take away
So,
with the news.
so our news segment here is really just about this Bills Browns game. And the reason why is because, the game got moved to Detroit because of 3 to 6 feet of snow that just dropped. Uh,
Absolutely ridiculous.
yeah, absolutely insane with how much snow has been dumped. However, where things get very funny is the fact that the Bills, as from what I've last been told, has they have not left Buffalo yet, which also does make the game in Detroit very interesting when it comes to adjustments because they also have the Thanksgiving game in Detroit. So now it's like, are you forcing them to go Monday and a Thursday? That's kind of messed up. So, or where does this game get postponed? Does Bills Browns
Oh,
become
that's
become
a quick
yeah,
turnaround,
it's such a
man.
it's the turnaround that's what throws everything off. Like if they had a
Why
Sunday
did they
game,
do that? Why did they schedule that?
why? Well, I mean, this is scheduled in April. I don't think anyone could have predicted a massive snowstorm beforehand, but
Yeah, but they could have moved the game somewhere else. They didn't have to
Yeah.
put it, you know?
I don't mind putting it in Detroit, but the issue is what I would do is if the Bills can't get there by Sunday or by Saturday for that matter, I would just move Bills Browns to Thanksgiving and then the next week be and then just like basically push everything back and
Yeah.
then you do like Bills Lions on a Thursday so they get the typical Sunday to Thursday
Yeah.
recovery. I still don't like that, but like that you're kind of stuck with that situation. The ultimate hope is that they're able to get to Detroit, which actually there's some really fun videos. One of the Bills tackles, Spencer Brown, there's a bunch of neighbors helping him clear his driveway just so he can get to an airport. So I think we'll get confirmation whether the Bills make it to Detroit later today, but I do know that is the prevailing worry
That's a big
going on
worry
right
for
now.
him. Because I mean, when is the last time that an NFL game got completely canceled?
Not I would say technically
I don't
Ravens
know
Steelers,
ever.
but it was heavily postponed,
Yeah.
and that's where they were starting to do
Yeah, there's
Tuesday
never
night
been like
football.
a cancellation. It's just
Yeah,
about they're going to move them
Because
around.
that
They're
would
going to
put
figure it
them
out.
behind the eight ball
Right.
for the
Roger
rest of the
Goodell's going to
year.
make his money. That's it. Let's go to
And
injuries.
yeah, of course.
yeah, yeah. Money. There will
Um,
be money to be made. Now, I mean,
yes.
that's the only
And
thing for news. The
yeah, that's
injuries
that's the only thing.
are
So
however long.
yes, very long. And let's go
Well,
ahead and start off. We're gonna go alphabetically through this.
because I
Let's
mean,
go with
the Cardinals are good.
For the most,
good.
yeah,
I
for
mean, other than Zach Ertz,
I mean, there's people
Kyler.
um,
banged up, but like, there's nothing really like,
yeah,
oh, this person's in like
nobody's.
risk of not making the game.
Well,
Well,
so
they haven't reported
they
Friday and Saturday.
but they play Monday. That's where things get interesting. And
Yeah,
according to the
it's true.
sleeper, I believe they have so DeAndre Hopkins is a maintenance deal. Kyler is a game time decision. So again, with Kyler, have your pivot plan ready in place. What sucks is that
That's fair.
if he
Mine's
does
Justin
play,
Fields.
yeah,
I was able to pick up Fields, so I don't
how
have to worry about him
how
off of waivers. Off of waivers.
All right, no, we can't even
no
open up that can.
no
I'm not
no.
even opening up
If
that
you
can. I'm gonna
look,
get unreasonably angry. Atlanta Falcons. Let's talk about the Falcons.
alrighty, so we are going to go to the Falcons here.
Felipe
Basically,
Franks, nobody cares. Eric Harris, nobody
AJ
cares.
Terrell
AJ
is
Terrell.
if AJ Terrell doesn't play, I am so high on Darnell Mooney.
Yeah.
But besides that, that's really kind
Uh,
of the only major injury for the Falcons there.
Yeah, other than
yeah.
Casey Hayward's still on IR, but
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's still on IR. Yes,
When does he come back?
I want to say it's this week or next week.
It's towards the end of the season. I
Okay.
think it might be more like week 12 or 13, somewhere in there.
Okay. So he should be back for a playoff run, fantasy playoffs, I should say.
Yes, in theory.
Yeah, in theory. So let's go on to the Baltimore Ravens.
So
Mark
had a little,
Andrews.
yes, scary here, but Mark Andrews did have a full participation on Friday. So that gives me confidence that he is playing. They
Okay.
did say Lamar Jackson has an illness, but he's basically ready to go on Sunday
Yeah, they
against
said he
Carolina.
would play.
Yeah, but he
Even
also
though
had
he's carrying a questionable tag, they said he will play.
yeah, he also had, I think, the birth of his child as well. So that's another.
I just don't know that.
Oh, okay.
I just don't know that I'm
Yeah.
going to trust him at this point.
Yeah.
Oh no, Lamar. All right, so here the funny thing is, Ravens Twitter went into a frenzy with this, but it's because Lamar Jackson for some reason gets sick like once a year, and so part of the whole
Interesting.
Twitter threads the past couple of days, yesterday has just been like home remedies for colds or something like that. But yeah, I mean, if Mark Andrews was limited again on Friday, I would have been super concerned. But
Yeah.
I
But he
think,
did get in a full participation.
yeah,
Practice.
getting in the full participation makes me feel better.
Yeah. So Gus Edwards limited all week, coming in questionable. What do you guys think about that?
He probably won't start. I think they'll give it to
Yeah.
Kenyon Drake still, and I think it'll be
I'm
that
not playing him.
timeshare. I wouldn't play him
Yeah.
either. On top
No,
of that,
I wouldn't play
JK is coming back soon, and you're gonna have this like tri-head of Gus, Kenyon Drake, and JK Dobbins.
If that's what you want to believe,
Mhm.
Josh.
Well, I mean, there's three people. I'm not gonna question the effectiveness. Besides the fact that the
won't
Ravens
be good.
schedule is as far as fantasy, I have heavy concerns about that.
Yeah. So
All right.
moving on to the
Buffalo
Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo
we were
Joshes.
just talking about.
Yeah.
Josh Allen was limited all week. I know that
Well,
he's not carrying a game
Yeah, but
status.
he's gonna play.
He'll
He's
play
probably
if the
gonna
game
play.
is playing.
He's probably going to play, but he's, he is dealing with that injury to his
It won't.
left elbow,
It's
right
not.
elbow.
It's throwing elbow. It's
His
not
throwing
going to
elbow,
go
so right.
away. Literally, what happened for the Vikings game was the worst thing to happen. Where you can tell clearly the game plan was we're not going to use Josh Allen that much, and then close game in the fourth quarter and overtime. Oh crap! All right, Josh, we need you to go in there and just sling it around.
Just go win the game
Couldn't
really
do
quick.
it.
All right, thanks, Josh.
Yeah. So I'm not seeing much else.
I mean, Rousseau.
I mean,
being
it's still
out
just
I mean,
their
Isaiah
entire
McKenzie-
defense.
Yeah.
Like it's just their defense is banged
Yeah, it's
up.
all defense. They've got a pretty banged up defense.
Like Kyrie
The-
Allen, Tremaine Edmonds is
Yeah,
out, and then
Edmonds
Zachary
is the
Rousseau's
big
out.
one. Edmonds is the big one because he has the athletic capability to kind of hold down Nick Chubb. So I know Matt Milano has he's been one heck of a player, but stuff if there's anything Cleveland's good at, it's running the ball. So we'll see what happens there,
Yeah.
and we'll see what happens if there's even a game. On to
So-
Carolina.
Yeah. Why don't you take
Carolina.
So PJ Walker's out,
Thank God.
which means Baker is in.
Which means another
and-
loss for the Panthers.
Yes, and besides that, really nothing much.
Mostly defense.
yeah,
Same thing for
mostly-
them. Matt
Yeah, it's all
Ioannidis out.
JC
Um,
Horn
JC
looks like
Horn
he's
is
going to play.
questionable.
Casey Horn.
Yeah, but he's banged up.
Oh, I didn't realize Mark
Yeah.
McCall's over there. Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
So-
All right. The Chicago Fields.
yeah, the Chicago Justin Fields.
Yeah. David Montgomery is listed, but it was a personal matter.
N'Keal Harry.
Komet had a DMP on Wednesday, but came through on Friday.
That was
Friday.
probably just like a
So,
maintenance thing for him.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
not 100%. They're like, hey, we'd rather
Mhm.
have you than
exactly. Other
like,
than
do too
that,
much.
N'Keal
Monty, hey, no,
Harry-
Monty's going off. Khalil Herbert's on short-term IR.
Yeah, okay, so this is
Possibly.
what we need to talk about here. Khalil
No,
Herbert.
it's not possibly. He's on short-term IR.
Yeah, he's
Currently.
officially on short term.
He's gone for 4
No,
to
it's
6 weeks minimum.
possible that he's going to go
No.
off.
No, he is on short-term IR. As of
No,
right
I'm
now, he is
talking
on
about-
No, he's talking about Monty.
You stating that Monty is going to go off. I said
Yes.
it's possible.
Oh,
Oh.
I was like, what do you mean?
Not-
No,
not
he's
the-
on short-term
Yeah.
IR.
But yeah, so here's the big thing, especially with this, is that Khalil Herbert is out kind of 4 to 6 games.
1 second. Breaking news.
I
Despite massive snow, Buffalo's flight looks like it's leaving Buffalo.
Okay, so there, so
Okay.
it looks like the game, unless we have a day after tomorrow situation where Dennis Quaid and Jake Gyllenhaal try to save the world again. Looks like
Oh,
Buffalo's
God.
playing Detroit.
Sorry, Detroit.
And so, but yeah, Khalil Herbert is on short-term IR. It means he's out at least 4 games.
Monty's going off.
I mean, Monty's, you're going to make him the lead back
If
and brings a
Fields-
nice.
If Fields continues to play the way he is, there's gonna be nothing left for Monty.
I'm telling
Well,
you, here's
I
the recipe. All right, the
I-
added volume from Khalil Herbert being gone, and some more Justin Fields checkdowns.
On top of that, teams are going to start going for Fields, and you have to have a
Yes.
counterpunch, and that's what
Yep.
Monty's going to bring. On top of that, you still have Chase Claypool, you still have Mooney. That part hasn't
And
really been
Kmet.
full, and Kmet.
Komet.
So now there's like the nice little trio as far as pass catchers there. So I don't
Possibly.
think this is the
Well, we
end.
just need to see it with Juju.
Yeah,
to
Okay,
believe it.
so
We
what's your
haven't
but
seen it.
predictions for this week?
how
then?
how Fields is doing it right now is
What's your predictions then for this week?
I'm taking Monty over 15.
Monty
Mon-
over 15 points
I'll say Monty
or
over
15
20.
yards.
Oh,
Wait, what did you say, Josh?
Monty over 20. I think he gets a touchdown
Okay.
and at least 80-ish
so a
yards
little bit of
rushing
passing work
and
yeah.
passing
I
work.
could see
I could
Monty
see that, yeah.
getting around 15. I don't see him going over 20. But feel free to prove me wrong. Monty.
Well, I would
I've
hope
got,
so,
I've got
because I have him
Komet
starting.
over. I've got Komet over 17.
Ooh, you think another big game from Komet?
Yeah.
I can totally see that.
Interesting.
I think Mooney is the one that takes off. Like, I think we see a Mooney game from last year where it's like 9 for like 143. But
It's
but it's
possible.
because he just took a
Possibly.
screen like 65 yards.
The only thing that's hard is
Possibly.
it's it's Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Or
What?
no, that's the wrong matchup. Sorry.
It's Atlanta.
Yeah,
Atlanta.
it's Atlanta. Sorry. I'm confusing all of them.
Yeah, I mean, they do have Warren in
Chicago's I was looking at our playoff preview, which stay tuned for that. Quick little tease. And they're playing Buffalo in one of the games. coming up.
So
Right.
I think we're just about done. We're done with the
Yeah.
Bears.
Done with the
So-
Bears.
No, I
So
mean
let's
with
go on to the
what I will last note with that matchup with Atlanta is with the struggles they've had recently for like the run game. It seems like they've been playing, if I can talk, the pass a little bit better and
Yeah.
have been a little bit weaker against the run. So that's also where I see, and they've also been weak against tight ends, just historically.
Gotcha.
That's true.
So
All right.
that's my case for Komet and Monty.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
Alrighty.
We'll see tomorrow if all of those predictions are true. Let's go ahead and move on to the Cincinnati Bengals. Jamar Chase is still out. He may be coming back as soon as next week.
Well,
That's what
I
the
mean, if
rumors
you,
And then
that
lots
I've
of
heard.
defense.
here's
So-
a small issue, and I think I'm going to relate this back to the Josh Allen thing as well. And we're talking about a lot of these players that might be forced back into like or rushing things too soon. Bills and Bengals are feeling the heat right now because
Yep.
we're at a point where with the Bengals and with the AFC East entirely that the AFC East may get all the wild card spots. And if that's the case, Cincinnati's on the outside looking in. And it's
Mhm.
like, okay, Jamar Chase, we kind of need you. Hurry up. And right now they have a gotta have it game right now
Mhm.
against Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they have one more game against Cleveland and one more game against Baltimore. So they need that AFC record to go up, and hopefully that the Bills, Patriots, or Dolphins or Jets, one of them falters. But
Yeah.
But and I mean, don't look now because week 13.
Yep, week 13. And this gets very like it to me, I find it very interesting because now you see the pressure starting to like dial it up to like 11.
Yep.
Because
And I
where
think they will.
do we know what what the playoff standings are looking right now for AFC?
Yes, I can look that up real quick.
Go ahead, Ryan. So I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good. Actually, I have the playoff picture right now.
Oh, awesome.
So it's looking like there's no clinched playoff spots.
Right.
Obviously in the hunt. The top 5 for the AFC are Chiefs, Dolphins, Titans, Ravens, and Jets. Of all teams, the Dolphins, Titans, and Jets are in the top 5. Especially the Jets. I would have never thought that.
The Jets have
But
stolen a couple victories, and that's
yeah,
really what's
Yeah.
propelling them right now.
especially over the Bills 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
that
that huge.
vaulted them. So, and then in the NFC, it's the Eagles, Vikings, Seahawks.
Dude, the
Holy crap.
Seahawks have
Dude,
come out of
have y'all-
And
nowhere.
then the
Side
Bucks
note,
and the
have y'all
Giants.
heard about this Russell Wilson thing?
No.
No.
He apparently he keeps calling the Seattle audibles, and no one knows what he's saying.
That's
No.
Apparently,
hilarious.
that's the story going on right now.
Oh,
That's
my
hilarious.
God. That's awesome.
that
That is
might
awesome.
that might be the most
Okay,
Russell
but
Wilson
sorry.
thing
Anyways,
I've heard.
back to
Yes.
this. What do we think the Browns' chances of making playoffs are? They're sitting 3-6.
No
right
chance because their defense sucks.
Yeah, let's move on.
and
to
they
the-
shouldn't because
the
they
Browns.
are their defense is literally too talented to have this many issues. And I mean, also on the bubble, Chargers, Bengals, Colts, Browns,
Yeah.
and well,
So
I guess I'll have to
of
add
these
Broncos.
4, let's just hypothetically, who has the best chance of making it in between Chargers, Bengals, Colts, and Browns?
I'm going to say Bengals. No, actually, no, I can't even say that because they have a
I-
first place schedule.
I don't believe in the Bengals. I mean, they have the Steelers this week.
I
but
would
then
say Chargers.
after that.
Chargers maybe, but they have to get healthy. If they can get healthy, I think the ship will sink.
I don't know. I think
the
dude,
Bengals could make it into the playoffs just barely.
I think
Yeah.
Colts
Squeak
Browns. I think Colts Browns. One of them has a chance to surprise.
I don't think the
I
Colts
will
are
say
going to be able to make it.
Colts over Browns, in my opinion.
Yes.
And the only reason is because I think surprisingly, I mean, from the looks of it, it does seem like Jeff Saturday has kind of reorganized the O-line and at
Mhm.
least made things simpler. And so, again,
I
eating
think
crow
he's
on
helped
that
them
one.
out a lot.
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
kind of helped that out. And if he can at least simplify things, they can make it work.
Well, yeah, and it looks like, his first game there, JT looked like he was back to his 2021
Yeah.
self. And that was good.
was Oakland, though,
That was
and
good.
so
It was encouraging.
I
No, but Oakland.
not Oakland, Vegas. Wow.
But Las Vegas, up until a couple of weeks ago, had one of the stoutest run defenses.
Let me tell you what though. In terms of the
Yeah.
NFC though, can I make a quick hot take?
Yeah,
It was a top 10 rush defense.
maybe pass defenses where they're bad, but
Yeah.
I think Cowboys choke it. Cowboys miss playoffs.
ooh,
God,
that's
I would love
interesting.
that. I would love that.
Ooh.
Because the
I am-
Vikings are going to beat them. It might be a
Maybe.
close game, but the Vikings are going to win.
Maybe.
And then it's just about Washington or Atlanta.
Yeah.
Man, I'll be
So I'm
honest
going to
with
the-
you.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm going to the grocery store today, and I'm going to church tomorrow in my Vikings jersey.
Cause
There you go.
chaos.
Just
I love
try
it.
to get as much hate as I can.
Do it.
Build up for tomorrow's game.
Please
Sorry, go ahead.
walk
Eat-
around with like a little Viking horn and like a helmet on.
Ryan, if the Vikings win, you need to just
Like a-
post the
just walking
Skeletor
around blowing.
laugh. But I don't know if Cowboys choke it. Just
Oh, they're gonna
because
choke it.
uh
They're gonna crash, burn, choke, and cry.
I that w-
know.
I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm not ready to give
I think the
give
Eagles
a
will.
idea on that one. So yeah, let's
I
actually
think
go
they'll
back
make it into the
to
playoffs, but they won't make it far.
yeah, let's go back to the Cleveland Browns here. So really the main people out that I am seeing, Greg Newsome is out, and that's kind of about it. Because Owusu Koromoa is playing, Ethan Posick is
Njoku's questionable.
and Njoku is questionable. I think if there was any weather issue, I don't think he'd play. But the fact that it's in Detroit, there is a small chance he'll play.
Yeah.
I think they
Greg
give him
Newsome.
one more week though.
Yeah, the Browns are pretty well off. I mean, they have some big injuries on their defense, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. On to
So
the
let's go
But I
on.
think, dude, I
Yeah, let's
think they're
go on
gonna
to the
surprise. Like,
Cowboys.
if the Browns can get a win this week and a win next week, and then get
I
Deshaun
will
Watson back,
there. So
I mean, what kind of team can they be?
here's what I'm concerned about. Deshaun Watson hasn't played, regardless of what you think of him off the field. He hasn't played in a year and a half.
Yeah.
And that scares me because that is just time you cannot get back and for you to adjust to your new environment. So personally, I've been on the train that like his suspension was so far down the road that at that point it would have been better to start Brissett. That was my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm going to still keep that because Brissett has not played bad by any stretch of the imagination. I just think the Browns have just had a really bad beat in some cases, like the Chargers game, for example. And then the Ravens is where they kind of just get outclassed. But I don't see the Deshaun Watson return as big of an improvement as everyone else does.
I think it'll impede the running game. I think Chubb's
It's just going to evolve the offense. I think
gets here.
The offense is going to completely evolve or crash.
I think so too, and that's why I think Chubb's value goes down.
Yeah, no, I agree with
it's
that.
It's very possible.
It might be different if he gets some passing work, but I mean I don't know that they have sub package for that. Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't know that.
Yeah, but Kareem Hunt's not getting used.
Not run Kareem Hunt.
Like Nick Chubb has gotten more than.
He's gotten more, but Kareem Hunt has eaten into what he's gotten.
Not really. If you look at Kareem Hunt's stats the last few games, like he's essentially done a disappearing act. Like maybe except Cincy, but that's just because they ran the ball. But like Miami, 6 carries and like 7 touches. Like that's it. Kareem Hunt in the beginning was getting. I mean, if you really look,
like look at this. Nick Chubb only got 11 carries.
They were also playing from behind that game, so that was the other issue.
Yeah, but even then, look at the week before their bye week in Cincinnati. Nick Chubb got 23 carries, but Kareem Hunt got 11.
Yeah,
he's still getting work. Like Nick Chubb is getting a full amount of work. But
yeah, but you can look at a game and know whether or not Kareem Hunt is going to be relevant.
Yeah, of course. But he's only on the field about half the time. Kareem Hunt's on the other half. And of course, Kareem Hunt's not being used as much as Nick Chubb. But he's still cutting into some of his playing time.
Yeah, let me see Kareem Hunt's snap percentages while we're at it.
Yeah, it's 40. It's ranging between 36 and 56. But he hasn't got like 56 since week 1.
Yeah, he just kind of disappeared, basically.
Yeah. But he's still on the field.
Yeah.
A pretty significant amount of time for a back. So I don't think Nick Chubb should be worried about, or Nick Chubb owners should be worried about him losing a lot. I think they should worry, or losing a lot to Kareem Hunt, I should say. I think when Deshaun Watson comes back, I think there's going to be a change.
So are you higher on Amari Cooper then?
I would be higher on Amari Cooper as soon as
Interesting.
Or not Kareem. As soon as Watson comes back.
All right.
I think that's a good bow on it. So
let's talk about the Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys, really the big one.
They're all banged up.
Yeah, they're all banged up.
They're all questionable.
Anthony Barr, Anthony Brown, Ezekiel Elliott, Marcus Lawrence, like
Zeke
He's banged
has
up.
been limited all week,
They said
and
he's
that
gonna
still tells me
play.
Tony Pollard's still the starter.
Yep.
Well, they said he's going to play. Zeke is
Yeah,
going to play.
but
I
I
don't
think,
know in what capacity, but he's going to play. So
well, yeah, I think he will play, but I think they really need him for pass pro, especially when you're dealing with Zadarius Smith and Danielle Hunter. On top of that, I think just in a lot of short yardage situations, that may be the one thing where Tony Pollard's not the greatest part in, but granted, that's like an art form in of itself. So that's where I think
yeah,
Zeke does get used quite a bit, either whether it's a two-back situation where it's third and long, especially since Michael Gallup looks like he's good. But I mean, you're only probably going to have one tight end, two receivers, CD Lamb, Gallup, and then theoretically you could mess around and have both backs on at the same time.
man.
All right,
There you
now
go.
on to the Denver Broncos, and the one thing I would like to say that I've never realized until now, Andrew Beck is listed as a running back and not a tight end. Anyone else find that weird?
Interesting.
But regardless,
I know.
he's out.
KJ Hamler as well, and
Out,
Judy.
but yeah,
See,
Judy's
yeah.
out. So I am
So I've got a
very
question for
intrigued
y'all.
about Cortland Sutton.
Well, I was just gonna say, do you upgrade Cortland Sutton to a wide receiver one against Las Vegas?
Wide receiver two. This offense,
Not with Russell Wilson
yeah,
calling the
not
wrong
What
calls.
about what
making
about Greg Dulcich?
Dulcich and blank.
Are you
See,
willing to
I
be hurt
think
again, Ryan?
maybe.
I
Maybe.
am, to be quite honest with you, because the thing is he was still on the field for most of the time, and he was literally just he had a couple of deep passes thrown to him and just could never bring it down. But if we
Okay.
want to look at Cortland Sutton, however, week 10 was his highest total target amount since week 5,
Wow.
as soon as Judy went out. So if that's the case, I mean, if it's literally him and Dulcich, and that's it.
Hmm.
So I think it's just out of necessity at this point.
Okay.
All right.
All
With
right.
that said,
Yeah.
the
That's
Detroiticals.
mhm. Let's go ahead and go to the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, really
right.
not. I
And
mean,
then just Frank
Not a
Ragnow, but it
whole
looks like
lot.
he's going to play.
Josh Reynolds is questionable. Oh, Josh Reynolds has
Yeah.
been DNP. I would assume Josh Reynolds doesn't play. DNP on Wednesday,
Yeah.
limited on
Yeah.
Thursday, DNP on Friday.
Yeah, probably not. Swift is
Good
full
old
participant all
Swifty.
week, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And Jamal Williams was sick, apparently. So I don't
But
know.
Maybe
he's
Might be
back to
something
being
there.
this
full.
means good things for Swift.
Maybe good things coming.
We are
Maybe.
guys. We are all hoping for Swift, and I don't know.
We are
Hoping,
all
Yes.
disappointed.
praying,
On to the
but
Packers.
yeah, not too hopeful because he's burned us before.
Bakhtiari.
Yeah,
Question.
Bakhtiari.
Well, doesn't matter.
Romeo
Doesn't matter.
Romeo
Green
Dobbs
Bay
is
played.
out. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh,
That's
this is
true.
true. All right.
Yeah, let's go on to the Houston
them.
Texans. We don't really have any.
The Houston Fierces.
They
Yeah,
play Sunday, which is interesting, but
yeah. We
They,
don't
they
have
look
anything
like
for
they're
Friday.
pretty good.
yeah, pretty
Uh,
solid.
mhm. Yeah, there's only one DNP, and that's Derek Stingley. I think they said he's out.
If that's
I
the case,
remember
start
seeing-
Terry.
Yeah, I remember seeing
Scary Terry.
an update. I believe he's out. Don't quote me on that. Those of you who are listening, do some research.
I'm gonna go ahead and
but
quote you
I'm pretty sure
right
he's
now.
out.
But definitely be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
On to the Indianapolis Colts.
Quiddy Pay?
Quiddy Pay is
He's
out.
making his return.
Jelani Woods is out,
Maybe.
unfortunately.
He's getting close.
Maybe, man, and against Philly, that would really help them.
Yeah. The big injury here is Shaq Leonard is out for the year.
What is going on with him?
It's a back issue, and honestly, with back injuries, I rather play it safe because you only get one
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Exactly. Those don't heal very well.
Yeah, and
Oh
considering
well, yeah, I could tell you that.
and he just got paid, so like it's
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
make sure that he feels secured and ready to go, especially since he's technically an undersized backer as well.
Yeah. On to Kansas City.
Okay. Yeah,
Juju
let's go on to
is
Kansas City.
still out.
Okay, this is
It's
the big
just
one.
Juju.
I feel vindicated. Not only is Juju out for this game, Mecole Hardman's on IR.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Kadarius Toney season.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, Josh.
I believe so. All right, let's
You've been
go on
excited
to
about him for a
the
while. Good
Yeah,
for you.
no,
I'm
the
it's
happy
I
for you.
watched
Raiders.
him at
We don't really have a
Florida.
whole lot.
It was
Yeah, we don't really
undeniable.
have a whole lot from the Raiders.
Nah.
No reports from Friday, so don't know
Weird.
what's going on there. I don't know if this site has updated all of
I'll refresh
everything,
my
but
screen, but like there's some that we've gone for Saturday and some we haven't.
yeah. So Devontae Adams is listed on here as limited Wednesday and Thursday. Um, I don't think I've seen an update on him when it comes to his status on
I will check Sleeper
Sunday.
real quick, guys.
So,
Let's see.
and while you're checking that, we can start talking about the Chargers. They're in a similar position as the Raiders. Not a lot of reports
Yeah.
in from Friday. The big gamble is, are Keenan Allen, DeAndre Carter, Gerald Everett, and Mike Williams going to play?
So two
See, I've
days
heard Mike
ago, they were
Williams.
all listed as limited at practice.
I heard Mike Williams and Keenan Allen
They're still out.
were trending up.
Okay.
So
That would be a
let's-
big boost to Herbert, who unfortunately has been a massive fantasy bust, but not his fault, honestly.
Yeah. No, it's fair. But in better news,
All right,
Austin
let's look.
Eckler's been a massive fantasy surprise.
This is from
Yeah.
the Los Angeles Chargers website.
While Ryan's looking
They're
at it,
still listed as questionable.
Questionable?
DeAndre Carter had all of them had a full participation on Friday.
oh, that's big.
So
Interesting.
Okay.
that's big. All three of them.
Interesting.
That's
They were
great.
limited
to
all
hear.
week except for Friday where they had a full participation. I'm guessing it'll be a game time decision. So those of you listening, when is their game, Josh?
They're a Sunday game, but
Sunday.
I want to
It's a
say they're one
Sunday.
of the later game. They play. Yeah, let me double check that.
Okay. Well,
While
depending
you're
on
doing
when they
that,
play, about an hour and a half before,
double check,
double check, see if they're in.
quadruple check.
Keep them in a flex spot. Don't put them in
But keep your options
your
open.
lineups, like your wide receiver lineups, to keep your options open in case they are not able to play. So
But
have a contingent.
continually to the
So,
Rams.
they're playing Kansas City this week.
Yep.
Okay.
That's why they're playing.
Yeah, I
Because-
think they're gonna end up playing if they're playing Kansas City.
Yeah,
They're
that's
gonna
a
try to
gotta
go
have
all
a
out.
game.
Yeah, they're gonna try to
But
go
over-
all out.
Over to the Rams.
Yeah,
Looks
let's
like
go to the
Stafford's
Rams.
coming back.
Yeah.
And that's really the only thing worth mentioning.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
not
That's the only
not
thing
that.
matters. Yes.
Cooper Cup
Oh,
on
well,
IR.
Is officially on IR.
Officially on IR. What scares me though is that I've heard conflicting reports on what the injury is. I know it's an ankle, but there's a difference, I guess, in the ankle where it's either 4 to 5 weeks or 6 to 8.
Okay.
And
I'm just counting him out for fantasy.
you're
everything
saying rest
the
of the season
this
just called
year.
it.
Yeah, he's done for like
Yeah,
playoffs.
they've said like it was a tightrope procedure, but they said most of the time they're out for the rest of the season. So it could be.
I mean,
4
if I'm
or
the
6 weeks,
if I'm the
but
Rams,
Well,
I
more than
call it
Now
a day.
that
they're
that
out.
Cooper Cup trade I made is looking pretty good.
And now that another Cooper Cup trade I made is looking pretty good.
Yeah. So that's
So the
pretty much it for the
Minnesota-
Rams.
The Minnesota Vikings.
The
Nothing.
Minnesota Kirko
really.
changes.
Justin Jefferson was limited on Wednesday and Thursday. That was concerning
Yeah,
at first.
No.
But
concerning.
he put in a full participation on Friday, and I saw an update from a Vikings page saying that he is okay. He is good to go, and he is he's ready to go up against Dallas. So
That's
uh,
good.
yeah, we're gonna be getting Christian Darrisaw back, which is great.
There you go.
But Caleb Evans and Dalvin Tomlinson are out for sure. We
That
might
that
not have Zadarius Smith.
those
So
are two big losses there if you can't
yeah, we
get
didn't have
them back.
Tomlinson last week, and our backups played pretty well, but the loss of Zadarius Smith would be devastating to that uh,
Yeah.
the
Yep.
Vikings defense. Let's
On
go
to-
ahead and
to-
move to
the Patriots?
Patriots.
Yep, really the only
Why
ones
don't
I
you go ahead
like
and
to.
take
It's just defense.
Yeah,
for
it's
them.
really just defense.
So maybe a Zach Wilson spike.
I
Are you
wouldn't say
kidding
Zach
me?
Wilson. I go and say Michael Carter.
I'm really concerned about Jake Bailey being on their injured list. You know, he's a very crucial part of that team.
Shut
So,
up.
He's their punter for anybody listening.
Oh
real-
no,
but real-
their
but-
punter's out. What are
real-
they gonna do?
Really, the big issue is Christian Barmore that is out here, and he's one of the
That
best.
one sucks.
That one's a major killer. And
Yeah.
if Uche's out, that kind of loses your pass rush off the edge. Well, it'll be just be Judon at that point.
Yeah.
And so this game's going to be ugly. Like
Yeah.
I think Ramondre gets like a lot of rushing yards and a score,
Good.
but besides that, like Jacoby Myers or
Speaking of-
anyone else, ugh.
Yeah. Here you
Well,
go. Speaking of
speaking of
brutal
ugly-
defensive injuries, yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
Ryan.
Speaking of ugly, let's move on to the Saints, who have
Marcus
7
Davenport,
people
JT
out.
Gray, Mark Ingram, Cameron Jordan, and Marshawn Lattimore.
James
all out.
Hurst too. Yeesh.
Just absolutely devastating for that.
And
that,
Andrews
Okay.
Reed is questionable.
Can I take
Saints
back
D.
my Saints pick?
No.
Maybe.
Oh, jeez. I didn't realize this
What
many
was your
people
Saints
were out.
pick?
The
again?
Saints are about to get brutalized over the
The
next
Saints-
3 weeks.
Yeah, the Saints defense
Saints
was in my
defense?
dream lineup, but I didn't realize everyone was out.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Ugh.
No, sorry.
Nope, can't change it now.
You're gonna
It's too
score
late.
like negative 20 points.
Yeah, but what if I'm still right?
No, it's okay. They only allowed 50 points.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious if their backups just went all replacements on them and just like absolutely killed the Rams.
That would be hilarious, honestly.
All right, now let's stop dreaming and start
Yeah.
talking about the New York Giants.
Stop dreaming.
Really,
right,
the big one, Evan
Daniel
Neal.
Bellinger,
Oh yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I don't think Bellinger's playing.
he's not.
No, he's listed as out.
Oh, okay, good.
He's listed as out.
Bellinger and
Um,
Evan Neal. is
Evan
tough.
Neal are
Yeah.
Evan Neal's doubtful, but look who made it up to questionable. Kenny Galladay.
Hey,
He be questionable.
You guys
the
want to
rest
have
of
a
the year?
Galladay?
Let's
on a
let's
quick
make
Ga-
a wager
go on a quick
on
Kenny Galladay?
when Kenny Galladay is actually going to play football next
Next year.
next year.
decade.
Next year, he's just going to be questionable for the rest of this
Yep.
year.
Yeah,
right.
but I do think your
All
Darius
right.
Slayton sleeper pick is going to be really nice. Onto the New York
Yeah.
Jets. Corey Davis listed as out. So Garrett Wilson, welcome to.
And Sheldon Rankins, that one's tough too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Dwayne Brown is in, thankfully.
Yep, that'll help.
And then Nate Herbig is questionable. He's I think the starting right guard. So yeah, if you have Garrett
Nice to
Wilson,
watch.
good to go. If you have Braxton Berrios, good to go. And then cry if you have Elijah Moore, like I have.
All right,
Yeah.
moving on to the Eagles. The Eagles
still looking good.
have a laundry list of people, but only one is out,
And that's
Yeah,
Josh
I-
Joby.
They should be
and
fine.
it's a DB.
Joby.
Everybody
Nobody cares.
else is pretty.
Nah, Joby's good though.
This team has been consistently pretty healthy, and I think
Yeah.
that's why
They're winning the war of attrition.
Well,
That's
actually,
why- yeah.
there is another
That
piece
or
of
they're going to
news.
crash and burn.
There's
Well,
a
and I think
piece of
that's
news
why.
I totally forgot.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay.
Because that was one thing that I kind of stood out to me as we've been doing these all year. 2 teams that have remained consistently healthy are the Vikings and the Eagles. And
Yeah.
look where
And
they
the-
are right now.
And the Chiefs.
And the Chiefs.
And the
well,
Chiefs.
I mean, yeah, the Chiefs. True.
But it hasn't been
And
like
look where
major
all 3 of those
season-ending.
teams are.
Yeah, I mean
Like
they've
there's
had
been
like a
no
wide
major
receiver out
losses.
maybe one game or
Yeah.
two, but like that's
Well,
nothing in the
even
grand scheme.
Miami, if you want to bring up I think you could bring up
Well,
Miami
I
into
mean
the
Tua.
conversation. Yeah,
Well,
besides
Tua.
I mean,
Tua.
having Tua out really screwed
Yeah.
them up. And then not only Tua, but then um, Teddy Bridgewater
Bridgewater.
got
Yeah.
out.
So literally everything but the core
Yeah.
acquisition has been pretty solid for Miami.
But it really
But
affected their team over those couple of weeks that they
yeah.
were out.
But yeah.
And like, but consistently healthy. Like there's been maybe three, maybe four teams that have been very consistently healthy, and look where they are now. They're at the top of each conference. So I just wanted to point that out. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and move on to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They
Which
just have
the
one DB out.
Akello Witherspoon, but this game is going to be
Mm,
interesting. This one's going to be a kind of a war like week 1 was, honestly.
yeah. Yep.
There you go. Should be a good one.
Yeah. That's it.
Should be a good one.
Um,
San
let's-
Francisco, they play
gonna have to look up.
Monday, and
Not sure what's going on with Bosa and Ebicam.
Oh, it's just rest for Bosa, and then Ebukam is quadricep and Achilles, and so that's interesting.
I'm looking up their
Well, because I know,
official-
well, Nick Bosa was banged up too. Like, I know it just has a resting player designation, but he was banged up.
Oh, if y'all want to know something interesting, the Cardinals are signing veteran Corey Clement from the practice squad. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
we never talked about that. Hold on.
So
Okay, so there's 2 signings I want to bring up. Cool if I like derail the conversation for a second.
Sure.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so out of nowhere, the Cardinals release Eno Benjamin.
Yes, that's news.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's weird. And then on top of that, Houston picks up Eno Benjamin. So I think that kind of kills Rex Burkhead. And we'll see what happens.
Rex head for the playoff push.
Dude,
I don't
please
think
tell me
Rex
you're
Head
just
is
going to
gonna
pick
save
up
you this
Rex
time,
Head
buddy.
just as a good luck charm at this point.
Of course.
I need to see it now. But yeah,
I always need to bring back Rex head for my playoff push.
yeah, always. But then last night we get word that the Eagles signed Ndamukong Suh, and that's kind of big because they have been getting gashed in the run game without Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Eno Benjamin one just was wild to me, where it's like he went from starting for 3 weeks, cut, and then now on the Texans.
Yeah,
And he was good in those 3 weeks too.
Yeah, he was really good.
I heard it was an well, not really off field thing, but it was a locker room thing. Like he was upset that he wasn't getting more work.
I mean, I would be
consistently.
too.
I mean, rightfully so. Like, have you seen
yeah.
James Conner play?
Yeah, but granted, I think it gets clean next year, honestly. But
And Houston
Yeah.
picked up somebody else, right? The wide receiver.
yes, yes, and I can't remember who.
There's another crazy one, a young guy. I can't remember his
Amari
name.
Rogers,
Amari Rogers.
Oh yeah, picked him up from Green Bay.
which is not bad, but I mean,
like
nothing
Amari
much.
Rodgers. I
Yeah,
think
I
he's a
like
good
Amari
player.
Rogers too.
But moving on, sorry.
So let's
Tennessee.
go on to
Don't need to
Tennessee
talk about
Titans.
Tennessee, thankfully.
Oh yeah, don't need to. Okay, well then we're on to our
true.
last one, the Washington Commanders.
The big one's
really,
McKissick.
JD McKissick is on IR,
Play Antonio Gibson.
Yes,
and then their tight
Play
end
Antonio
Armani
Gibson.
Rogers, not Amani. Armani Rogers is out. Other than that, it's defensive. That's it. So there's not much else other than that.
News
That's
and
it.
injuries.
yeah,
That is news and
it.
injuries, folks. And just be looking out
Chargers
for next week.
Chargers.
Yep.
Watch that until
Watch
Sunday.
for the Chargers.
Yes.
Yep.
Watch for the Chargers.
Cannot overemphasize that enough.
Yes. Be watching out for next week. We're doing a playoff. What is it? A playoff dream
preview.
lineup preview where
People you
we
want
are
to try
going
and get
through
for your playoff push, and people you want to get rid of.
exactly.
Yep.
Yes,
And
we're
because now is
yes,
the
we're going
time.
through all of that info because now is the time where if
You got to
you
make a move.
are in that area of am I going to the playoffs? Am I not? You've got to figure out like what you want to do, whether you're going all in or not. So we're going to go over that and we are going to tell you who you need to pick up and who you need to drop,
Hey
who you
Josh,
need to trade for.
can I have Barkley?
So
Nah.
Can I have Barkley?
Give me an offer off camera.
off camera, off camera.
We'll see you
Okay.
next week.
So, as always, like and subscribe this YouTube channel and this video, and follow us on all of our social media pages
Yeah.
at Last Place FP. That's
Make
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Everything.
Check us out.
make sure to hit the our notifications as well, just so you know
Yes,
exactly
so we know
when we drop.
Till
All
next
right.
time.
Yep. Till
All
next
right, well,
time.
see ya.
Yep. See you for our week 11 review.